Alright, hey everybody, welcome to Knightquest the Crusade. I want to say part 5, could be part 3, who knows. The reading order is not really too precise, but first off, this is Detective Comics number 669. Fortunately, no little, like, Asbats figure in there, but awesome, awesome cover. This era in Batman comics, they were just crushing it. Dixon, just fabulous writer. The narration is really, really good in this issue, and Nolan is his art is great. And what's great about Nolan's art here is open it up, a lot of big panels, a lot of big pages. It's a lot like Mike Manley, so there's a lot of consistency between Detective Comics and Batman, and it's the same colorist, I can never say her name right, but Andrea Roy, who unfortunately has passed away, but was a fabulous colorist in the old days when it was a lot harder to be a colorist. And the fact that she colors both Bat books really kind of adds some consistency, especially in like some of the order of Saint Dumas. So we open up with the Trigger Twins. This is their train robbery to rob the train that has all the subway money, and it starts off kind of brutal. They murder somebody, and there's some blood, and he's laying there. So it's kind of a little bit dark, but not over the edge. Way too much. And I love this in Gotham. Here you see a concerned citizen sees the dead guy, and what does he do? He runs in and calls, but as he calls, he also robs all the change that was there. So welcome to Gotham City. But this is an awesome time to be a DC fan, because at the same time you had right there the reign of the Supermen going on, which was just phenomenal. Awesome time to go to the comic book store every week. And here we go. We got Asbats with his new Bat subway car, which kind of looks different every drawing. It's a little kind of changes a little bit. I guess some of that is the motion and the blur, but the narration, I love the narration. It's not Asbats, but it's not exactly third person either. It kind of feels like it's Asbats a little bit. And here's a mention of our boy Tim Drake here. He says that's why he had to turn the boy away, saying Gotham was just too rough and too grungy, which grunge music was very big at the time. I wonder if that's why they threw that in here. But it's pretty much a simple story, but it's got some great art. Basically, the Trigger Twins, who did a little research. Trigger Twins first appeared in All-Star Western number 58, all the way back into May 1951. So good for Chuck Dixon to bring these old characters like Shotgun Smith and the Trigger Twins back. Although they were heroes for a while, and then Dixon made them into villains. And we do see them again in Robin Annual number 6. And then we see them that they're dead, and they get Black Lantern rings and Blackest Night. And where they are in the New 52 and Rebirth, I have no idea. So we'll have to, maybe somebody will bring them back. But all right, back to the story. Pretty simple story. The train authorities kind of get wind that their train is being robbed, so they send out the call, which of course Asbats hears and starts going. And I always wondered, here as he goes through the subways, there's some graffiti, and one of them right here, it says Sarah, and I always wonder if Commissioner Gordon kind of went down there and spray painted that on there for his love. So then, the Trigger Twins are kind of threatening people, taking some hostages on the train. And then, so we've got a lot of Asbats going to get them, and the Trigger Twins kind of just kind of robbing the train, setting it up because they have to go meet a place to unload it. Some of it's a little bit of filler, but the Trigger Twins kind of have a Western dialogue kind of going, like some things where they say, like, what do you got to do, Hermano? And gonna buy me a big saloon out in the middle of nowhere and stuff. And Dixon does a good job of having that, but not doing it too much where you're just like, oh god, it's annoying. So we got a little bit of a chase scene, Asbats trying to chase them. Then I kind of like this where the Trigger Twins shoot at the new Batmobile. I guess, I don't know if it has a name, or the Bat Train or something, and it's kind of like, what are you doing? But they were actually shooting at the what we call it, the, like, let's see if it's having, oh, the switch, that's what I'm looking for. So that way it sends Batman off on a different line. And there's great narration here where Asbats kind of jumps from the new Batmobile onto the train, and just the way Dixon writes it is really good, and the artwork is phenomenal. Great artwork. and it's just kind of like here, the sheer claws at him, tearing him off the roof. No handholds. Make handholds. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's short, it's sweet, but it's a little bit of something that's good. And then here, I love the coloring inside the train. Makes it look dark and ominous, but you've got light shades here. And so Asbats kind of battles the Trigger Twins. It's not much of a battle. Asbats really just kind of kicks their butt. And he even does like a little bit of some westerns in here where he tells them to draw, and then he's like, so who are you? He's, I'm the new sheriff in town. And Asbats tells him to stop the train. And then the people who were waiting for the train get arrested by the Gotham police. And then it ends with a sort of a little preview of the next storyline, which will be director Joker making a movie, The Death of Batman, which, yeah, can't wait to do that storyline here. And then, you know, here's some Mario Brothers. And then I always like how Asbats is here in the Detective Comics. Made you think this was gonna be for a while here, not as short here. And then you have what was going on, which really don't have the reading list, but we've got Shadow of the Bat and Batman and Robin and Catwoman, and then next issue. So just overall, great time to be a Batman fan, and great to look back. So that was Detective Comics number 669, Knightquest. Let's call it part 5. See you next time.